Another government minister has come out strongly against the recent fee hike announced by the National Commercial Bank and Scotiabank. Speaking at an installation service for 41 new Justices of the Peace in St. Elizabeth on Thursday, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said government may be forced to act. Shamela Pullen has the details.
Despite the outrage over increased banking fees, commercial banks have not budged on the decision. Pleased by the Prime Minister, the Finance Minister and the opposition have had no influence on the banks. In weighing in on the controversy, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck shared a recent banking experience.
You know, this week, my wife said to me, "You asked the bank to write a letter to the Integrity Commission." I said, "Yes, it was only a couple of days ago." Well, the bank has charged you $2,561 to write a letter. And the letter, all the letter is asking for is my bank balance, 2 accounts Chen I have at the bank, my savings and current account, just to put the number and the amount on the 31st of December. 2 lines.
He was also critical of the service provided.
When you see how banks operate, not only whenever bank you pass, you see lines outside. And while service is depreciating, instead of hiring more staff, they're laying off staff. Instead of putting up more banks, they're closing banks. I can't understand how the banks in Jamaica can behave like this. They're making billions of dollars in fees for service.
Mr. Chuck warned that the government should be forced to act.
Because we run a free market system, it means competition must take over. The banks are the best example of a free market system. But in Jamaica, they give the free market system a bad name. They give the free market system a bad name because they seem to be operating like a cartel.
But interestingly, in 2018, the government shot down a bill to amend the Banking Act. The motion was put forward by opposition MP Fitz Jackson, who have long argued that the legislation needs to be amended to regulate banking fees. The bill is now back before Parliament. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
And local banks also came under fire from Senator Lambert Brown on Friday. The lawmaker likened the decision by banks to increase user fees to terrorism. He reasoned that people cannot deal with any increase at this time as many are facing hardships caused by the pandemic.
The terrorism felt by citizens chased out of the banking halls into the ATMs, but for which there is no charity or sacrifice shown by the banks in the rapacious fees that they're passing on to the consumers.